So I recently sketched this girl on Procreate and I really loved how she came out, and I thought I would share my process on how I complete this illustration from the sketch all the way up until final colours and details and all that. But yeah, if you're new to my channel, then hi, my name's Carly and I'm a digital artist and I draw on the iPad. I have loads of videos on my channel if you want to learn more about drawing on Procreate, tutorials, tips, inspiration and all that stuff, so definitely subscribe to stick around. So the first thing for this illustration is I opened up an A4 size canvas. So it's 2480 by 3508 pixels and it's at a DPI of 300, which is dots per inch, and this size canvas gives you a maximum layers of 73. And if you're ever interested, you can actually go to statistics here and you can actually track your time on how long the illustration takes you, which is just a handy little fun thing to do at the end. So I'm going to take those leaves away for now, and I've just got my sketch on one layer and I'm just going to bring a texture in to my canvas. This is actually my own texture. I'm not sure if you can see it on camera very well, but it's very subtle. But I just set that layer to multiply so that the texture blends through. So I'm going to go to the sketch layer, click on the N, and I'm going to take the opacity down, just so it's enough that I can still see the illustration. And I'm going to make a new layer on top, and that's where we're going to do our line art. For the brush, I'm actually going to use the dry ink brush. I'm going to use all brushes in this illustration that are free on Procreate. So when you actually get the Procreate drawing app, you have a load of brushes that come with it, and the dry ink brush is actually found under inking. So when it comes to doing the face details, I actually like to make this on a new layer just until I'm happy with it all. Then I'll combine the layers together. But sometimes in the past I've started to draw the eyes, and where it all touches the other lines, if I've wanted to adjust the eyes or move them around slightly, it just affects the other parts of the illustration. And I'm going to flip the canvas horizontally, which you can also do under actions, canvas, and then flip horizontal. But I actually have it set up so that I have this really quick menu pop up, which I'll just show you actually. If you wanted to set that up, if you come up to actions and then go to preferences, go to gesture controls, and then you've got this option here which is quick menu. So I've got it as the little square at the side. So if I tap that, that's how this brings up, and you can actually click on each thing and change it to whatever you use the most on Procreate. So as you start using the app a lot more, you will start to realize what you use the most, and you can just set that up, and it makes everything so much easier. Oh, by the way, I did use a reference picture for this from Pinterest. Just bring it in here so you can see it. This is the reference photo. So I did start it by trying to draw the bubble gum, but I felt like it looked really weird and I just decided to not include it. Okay, so now let's move on to the next step. I'm just going to pinch these two layers together for the line art, and then I'm going to make a new layer underneath the line art. Oh, I'm going to start naming my layers because I always forget to do this. I'm going to name this layer skin. I'm going to start working on the flat colours now of this illustration. So I'm going to use the hard airbrush, which you can find under airbrushing. I just remembered I do sometimes do a rough colour guide just to get an idea. So let's just quickly do that. I'll make a new layer. I'm going to use my 6B pencil, which I do have on my Gumroad account. It's a free brush because I basically just edited the 6B pencil in Procreate and made it like a larger brush so that you can fill in larger areas like that basically. So if you want to get it, I'll leave it below. This doesn't have to be neat or anything. And I'm going to bring that down and put that into the corner. Alright, so let's go back to our skin layer. I'm going to select the skin colour from up here, which just makes it easier as well because you can just select the colours and then just start colouring. And you don't have to worry about the colours too much at the start because as you go on, you might change them. So now I'm going to select the pink colour for the top and I'm going to make a new layer underneath the skin. And then I'm going to drag and fill that. Alright, so we're going to do the hair next and I'm going to make a layer on top of the skin. And so for the hair, I'm going to use the shale brush and you can get that under calligraphy. But I do have a favourites folder here which you'll see me getting brushes from a lot because I've used the certain ones over different times. So it's just easier to grab your favourite brushes whenever you need them. Alright, so I'm going to select that background colour. I am going to make a new layer just above the sketch and I'm just going to drag that in. And then I'm going to make a new layer above the skin and I'm going to do the eyebrows next. And for the eyebrows, I feel like the shale brush or the dry ink brush again is pretty good. So I'm just going to use the shale brush for this. So for the eyes, I added the white part on one layer and then I added the blue and then the pupil on top of that. And I just added those as clipping masks, which is just selected here. And then on top of all of that, I just put some eye highlight and I'm going to take this layer opacity down slightly so it's kind of blending through the colour so it's not too like bright. And now I'm going to make another new layer on top of that for the lashes. And I don't want to make this too harsh, so I'm going to choose a dark brown colour. And so for the eyes, sorry, I did use the hard airbrush for all of that. And then for the eyelashes, I'm going to use the shale brush again, actually. And then next I'm going to make a layer for the lips and I'm going to use a soft airbrush which you can find under airbrushing. And I'm going to do the bottom lip on another layer because I like to make the bottom ones, the top ones slightly darker. So I'm just going to do it the same colour at the moment and then I'll just adjust the layer. So going to the top one, I'm just going to come up to adjustments and just take the brightness down just a little bit. Alright, so I'm pretty much done with all the face details and now I just want to start adding my shadows. So I'm going to make a new layer above everything. I'm going to set this layer to multiply. I'm going to select the skin colour and just bring it down a little bit darker as well. I'm going to use the dry ink brush and because I'm going to put the skin shadows first, I'm going to go over to the skin layer and select that by pressing that one, making sure that colour fill is turned off. And then I'm just going to start applying the shadows. I keep my shadows pretty simple. I want to make sure I'm on the right layer first. I'm just going to place it in the areas where bits would be like overlapping, so like the hair would be falling over the face, which might create just a bit of a shadow. And I'm going to do the same for the hair by selecting the white colour, just darkening it down slightly, then selecting the hair layer, going back to the shadows, and still using the dry ink brush, I'm just going to do the same. So anywhere that I feel the hair is kind of overlapping another piece of hair, And I'm just going to do the same for the top, even though the top doesn't actually need too much. Oh, I might just add some in the eyes actually. And then I'm going to take the shadows layer opacity down. And I'm going to make another new layer for highlights. And I'm going to set this layer to overlay. And for the highlights, I'm just going to go for a yellow, a very pale yellow colour. And still using the dry ink brush. So I'm just going to add a little bit of highlight to where the hair is kind of curving outwards, I guess. So once you're happy with those highlights, you can bring that layer down. And I'm just going to add another layer now above the skin and just set that to clipping mask. And I'm just going to select a rosy pink colour for the blush. I'm going to use the soft airbrush. Might even just have it on multiply. It could actually look a little bit more sun-kissed. Alright, and then another new layer above the top and set this to clipping mask. I'm going to use a light pink colour and using the hard airbrush, or actually no, I'm going to use the monoline. Monoline brush is actually under painting, no, calligraphy, yeah. So I'm going to make a new layer under everything and then I'm just going to choose a grey colour. I did just make a new brush stamp set. So I've got this palm leaf one and I'm going to use that because a lot of times I do like adding little plants behind my illustrations. And make another layer, stamp that again, flip that horizontal and just resize it to how I want it. And then I'm going to combine those two layers together and take the opacity down because I just want them to be like a very faint grey in the background. You can take the line art layer back up if you want it really dark, and you can also have the line art selected and then come up to curves and bring the red up, and it just creates a really nice warmth to the line art. And you can also play around with the saturation, the hue and the brightness. So I really like that colour and I do like that line art, it looks really nice, but I think I might just take the opacity down. Let me know if you found this video helpful and I hope that you like the final illustration. I'll see you all in another video soon. Subscribe to stick around and I'll see you soon. Bye!